I was going to do this long, drawn-out video about why breeding with younger women is the best. You really need to go into telomere length and oocytes, and oocytes are what develop into eggs. But I'm just going to post the link in the description below. If you want to know why older men date younger women, one of the reasons is, of course, because of fertility. After that, you know, women are just women. You know, I'm straight and I like women, and lesbians like women. I've always had good friendships with women, and I like having sex. So there really isn't anything other than that. You can go to my videos and like look up like the 20 reasons that older men date younger women. Or you can Google it, the 20 reasons that older men date younger women. And I agree with all that. But what I'm talking about here is breeding. Not the fact that they're like hopeful and optimistic and like will fill you in on like cool hip lingo and stuff like that. That's all well and dandy. And they're you know, they're young and beautiful, and they're fun. And the older dudes don't party as much, and we're more responsible. I'm not saying we're all rich, but if you're for Bernie or Warren, that wouldn't matter to you anyway. So I mean, if you're like anti-proletariat, well, then you and I are not even on the same political side. If you don't like balding men, fine, whatever, that's your preference. But older men will give your kids stronger DNA in a certain window. Balding is usually a sign of virility. Dad bods are in according to Men's Health. I mean, you can laugh at that, but clearly it doesn't really matter. Looks don't matter as much to women as they do to men. If they do, they're sexist, and you know, they just have to deal with that. Ideally, you might want to date a dude like, I don't know, Matt Damon, who's like almost 50, right? But you got to understand, good-looking, like stereotypically good-looking muscular dudes are usually more misogynistic and narcissistic. So I don't know why you would infer that chubby dudes with less hair would be more narcissistic. Clearly, I'm not the accepted norm for dudes. So I'm not going to be all like big and bad and proud of my looks. But if you're into narcissistic, egomaniacal dudes, fine. There's plenty of them out there. They're usually like the big buff chads and meatheads that are, you know, the sexist pigs that get laid all the time anyway by young, vapid, stupid, foolhardy women. But I mean, if you're into like older men, you're gonna find that like older men are in a certain age window gonna give your kids longer DNA. And in a certain age window there are plenty of them that are like good looking and have money. But if it's a money issue, we're not on the political side. If they're like the stereotypical good looking, you're probably just kind of a jerk anyway. So I wouldn't really be into you. I've dated older women. I've dated chubby women, and I've dated women who are losing their hair. So clearly I'm more moral than you. And I'm totally into any other culture or race. It doesn't matter to me. If you're white, black, brown, it doesn't really matter to me. I've dated chubby women. I don't know why I wouldn't again. Skinny women, fit women, that really doesn't really matter to me, because if you're a little bit chubby, it doesn't really matter to me. If you're like super huge, well, I could just say, well, I don't want to date you if you're like super skinny or super fat anyway, because I've already dated super skinny and super fat women. And I don't really want to anymore because I've already done it. It has nothing to do with the fact that I think that you deserve less love. It just has to do with the fact that I want to date somebody young and gorgeous, because everybody that I've dated has been my age or older. You saying that nobody likes me is just you being a dick. Male, female, you're a dick, and whatever, I forgive you. That's your upbringing, and that's your little clique. I forgive you. That's your problem. But what I'm really talking about here is oocytes, which develop in the womb, and they have longer telomeres. I'm just going to link the thing below. My computer's broken. It wasn't running very well anyway. I spilled some water on it this summer, and the key bar kind of fucked up, and it's a $120 Google Chromebook. I'll just go buy another one when I go back to school next year. And I stepped on it too, so there's like a crack in the screen, and I'm laughing at my own stupidity. It doesn't really matter. Everything that is important is on the cloud. It's a Google book, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'll just get another computer for $100 or $150 or whatever it costs next September when I go back to school. So let me just link that article below about what they're saying about mature oocytes versus immature oocytes, and I'll tell you what an oocyte is. You click that and you tell me that younger women aren't good to date if you want to have children, because I'm not going to believe you. I'm a total skeptic on most things anyway. If it has studies, then I know. Yeah, it's not a matter. I'm an atheist, so it doesn't really matter of belief. I'm an anti-theist. Belief doesn't matter. If it's true, it's true. If it's false, it's false. You know, I've already had the discussions with the trolls trying to dissuade me. And one more thing, if you have a private account on Instagram and you send me a follow, I'm not going to allow you to follow me. If you're between 18 and 24 and have a boyfriend, I'm not going to allow you to follow me. I'm not here to please you in your little platonic friendship bullshit. You know, if you want to be friends with me, that's fine. But I'm not going to start from the basis of like me having to chase you when you have a boyfriend, or me having to like wait while you fuck some other dude or these other dudes. I'm not into it. What I'm saying is I'm not really into narcissists. I'm not saying I have a theory, I have an idea. I'm not saying that I'm the best looking cat in the room, and I'm not saying that I'm Superman. I have literally one big major idea, and I have the wherewithal to say that it's not a theory. So I'm obviously not a narcissist. And if you want me to prove that I give food to the homeless, you're going to have to accept that I'm not going to prove that, because I don't think that putting the homeless on blast is really polite. I'm not here to feed your ego. I'm here to make you sit down, shut up, and listen. If you don't want to do that, you're childish. If you're running around saying how you hate me, you're a fucking child. Grow the fuck up. I'm not trying to gaslight you. I'm just saying that if you have the immaturity to bitch and moan about how you hate me, I just don't understand why I need to listen to you run your mouth. Because you're just a hater. To me, you're childish. So, you know, if you inflict any kind of violence against me, they're going to find out, and you're going to go to jail. If you're like out there yelling about me and stuff, I'm just going to like shrug my shoulders and forgive you, because you're stupid and you're mean. If you're rude, you know, fuck you. I forgive you. But anyway, well, first of all, the no you argument is silly. Like, oh boy, Lucas, what did I hate you? It doesn't matter how sweet the siren in your voice is. It's whatever to me. I'm ambivalent. So anyway, check the description below. Hate me all you want. I find it hilarious.